conditions this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find. Well, then there must be some magic clue inside these gentle walls. 'Cause all I see is a tower of dreams, real love bursting out of every scene. It's the bigger love of the family.
Oh, hey all you trickers and treaters out there, it's just your local nerdy geeky nerd here, and I sure do love video games, don't you? I bet you said yes. I love video games so much that I just play them all the time. Anyway, I should probably take a break from these video games and actually watch some news. So what's going on in the world today?
Definition of somebody who has a gaming disorder is somebody who is playing so excessively that it is impairing their ability to have social relationships, performance in school, performance at work.
Video games have encouraged the killing of innocent people for sport.
In the last 30, 40 years, violence has come into our homes in the form of entertainment.
Impacts how our brains function.
It also affects how they are structured. Fox's medical teams.
The negative sides are that it does cause some changes in terms of addiction. There's a lot of parts of the brain that are affected in terms of pleasure, and so the concern is, could this lead to an addiction kind of process?
Nah, it can't be that important. Anyway, a new arcade just opened down the street, just like 10 meters away. And they had this new arcade cabinet in there called POLYBIUS. I'm gonna go check it out. Hey y'all, it's just your local nerdy geeky nerd here, and I've had some stomach problems lately after I played that arcade game. It probably has nothing to do with it, but anyway, I looked up some legends about that arcade game. So, let's check out the arcade game POLYBIUS. The year is 2010. No! The year is 1981. The time where video games are all the rage, specifically the arcades. The time where Galaga and Pac-Man were the Fortnite and Minecraft of their generation. And it was and I mean not the hangout place for teens in the early 80s and late 70s. But with them playing arcade games so much, this raised questions with parents. And those overprotective parents started to raise the same question. Can video games negatively affect your mind? I mean, I don't know. Their answer is as good as mine. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm done with TLNGN. And the game that made all those parents' nightmares come true was POLYBIUS. Allegedly. The side effects of playing this game were horrifying, including vomiting. Oh, check. Seizures, heart attacks, nightmares, night terrors, memory loss, suicidal thoughts, suicide, and even sudden death. Well, none of those things happened to me. I guess I'm fine. Some say this arcade game's confusion of existence originated from the arcade game POLYPLAY. I mean, you could tell because, the font looks exactly the same. And the confusion of what type of game it is may be because it included many different games on it. So that's probably the reason. Anyway, this game, POLYBIUS, supposedly only came out in Portland, Oregon, for some reason. I mean, it did make sense because all the new arcade games that were coming out back in the day were tested over there. It was said that men in black came to the arcades and checked the data from the arcade game. What? And then, a couple days later, it was taken out of the arcades, never to be seen again, with no drama at all. That doesn't make sense. I mean, if you think about it, it could make sense. The men in black could have threatened them. Instead, if they mentioned the arcade game again, they could die. Wow, that's deep. But still though, why wouldn't there be any drama about this game existing back in the day? Yes, I know, the internet was in its infant stages. I know. But it doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. And was an arcade game from the 80s really capable of that stuff back then? I mean, maybe. I mean, just watch game theory about it. That's all I do. I mean, that's how I get smart. But either way you put it, it's still fun to talk about this game. It's fun to make conspiracy theories out of it, talk about how stupid it is, talk about how men in black are creepy, how they don't exist, how this whole conspiracy is stupid. It's really stupid. You know, actually, now that I think about it, I may go as POLYBIUS for Halloween. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm gonna go make a costume for POLYBIUS. So, see y'all. Wait, what was I doing? Wait, what was I doing again? Wait a minute, now that I think about it... Wait. That wasn't POLYBIUS! It was just Tempest! This episode is brought to you by Wiztar Studio.